Hey guys, it's Dr. Matt. I want to demonstrate how to properly do the tap and wobble test. I use this test to evaluate the structural integrity of the razor and if I need to make corrections on it. If you've seen my other videos on how to do the correction, you definitely need to watch this one as well. If you haven't seen those videos, well, you can enjoy this for what it is. I've talked to a lot of people, and I see some threads on the forums, and people have emailed me and they'll say they're having an issue with the razor. And the first thing I'll usually ask them is I'll say, did you put it on a flat surface and check the wobble? And a lot of times they'll tell me that, yeah, I put it on there and it was perfectly flat. Well, I've seen very few razors that are perfectly flat, but so what I want to do is show you how to do it, but usually, people will send me the razor if they get really frustrated, and the first thing I do is I will put it on a piece of granite when it comes to my office, and of course, it has a terrible wobble. I mean, these things are bent like rattlesnakes. So what I want to do is I want to show you how to properly do it, because there is a little bit of a trick to it. So let's start off here. This is one of my gold dollar razors. I had to really search to find a razor that had a wobble to it because all of mine have been straightened out. Now, this particular gold dollar, the way that I do the test is, first off, you want to make sure that your stabilizer is hanging off the edge of the stone. I use this piece of granite. You can also use one of your hones. That's fine too. But leave it hanging off. Now what you want to do is you want to take your fingers and you want to keep a light contact. You don't want to put a death grip on this thing and force it down into the stone, but keep a light contact. And what I do is I put my fingers in opposite corners and I'll push on one corner and lighten up on the other corner to see if it wobbles. Now this one definitely has a wobble, and just so you know, if it makes a sound, it's a dead giveaway. That sound definitely has a wobble. So what you also want to do is you want to switch corners, push on this corner, lighten up this finger, and then do the opposite. It doesn't really wobble much the other way. And also I like to do a heel toe. But this wobble is mainly right here on this corner and this corner over here. All right, now just for comparison, I'll show you a gold dollar that I've straightened out. This gold dollar, I didn't file or grind down the stabilizer. I totally removed it. I thinned the shank out here, so there's nothing to catch on the stone. And again, if we do the test, opposite corners, heel toe, perfectly flat. The other side, same thing. So this is perfectly flat. Now as we go back to this, you can see and hear that wobble. Now some people say, look, well, that's really not bad. It just barely comes off the stone. And depending upon it, it's a relative thing. This may only be off thousandths, but the edge itself that we're trying to create for this perfect shave is in microns, and actually fractions of a micron as you get to the edge. So every little bit will help. So just the thousandths that you can remove makes a huge difference. Now, one thing that I want to discuss here is the biggest criticism that this test has come under has been people that say, look, it doesn't work for a smiling razor. It's an invalid test. In fact, it's irrelevant. I'm irrelevant. That's what I've been told. But that's not true if you do it properly. So let me show you. Now this is a smiling razor. This is my Brian Brown razor. I don't think that there's any doubt that this thing has a smile on it. Now you do the test the same way. The results might be a little different. You have to interpret them. But first off, regarding these tests that the tap and wobble won't work on a smiling razor, it does, because you have to remember that the spine is still flat. Okay, if the spine is flat, it'll work. Now, so let me show you here. Put my fingers on opposite corners, heel toe. This thing does not wobble. Okay, there is no wobble to this. Brian did a great job on grinding this razor, okay? Now, if I were to take my finger and put it on the extreme corner of the smile, you can see, I don't know if you can see it on the video, but that corner will come up. Even on the other side, it comes up slightly, but that's not what I'm talking about as far as a wobble goes, all right? This thing is solid, all right? Let me show you what a wobble. This is an old Wade & Butcher. This looks like about a half hollow. This is a beautiful razor, okay? I had some guys send me these razors. Dave, Jonah, appreciate it. So let's do the test here. All right, same thing. Take the stabilizer off. Let's tap opposite corners. This is pretty flat, so you think, oh, okay, well that's good. But let's do the other side. This thing has a huge wobble. It rolls heel to toe, but one thing you can't see, I don't know if you can hear that. It also makes a noise, but it also rolls from this corner up to that corner along with the heel to toe. So what it does, it has a complex warp to it. And not only is it bowed like this, but it also is twisted like that. It's warped around the X and the Z axis, okay? Let's look at that again. But also you have to evaluate it compared to the other side. Some people would say that that would be normal for a smiling razor. Well, what about the other side? Well, the other side is flat. The other side is flat because it goes like that. You have the two sides of the arch that are pointing downwards. That's why this thing is solid, okay? Let's go to another one. This, one of Jonah's razors. This is a very nice razor. This is a very old, nearly a full wedge. Let's check it here. I don't know if you can see there's a slight heel to toe, not really bad, considering this thing's probably, what, 150 years old? But turn it over, let's check the other side. A little bit more over here. Actually, this razor, not too bad. This razor is really not too bad. There's a little bit both sides, not too bad. You can get away with just the way that this one is. All right, one more. So we look at this razor. Light contact, opposite corners. It's pretty flat. Let's take it to this side. You can hear it. Again, heel to toe, opposite corners. So this one has some warp to it. Now, my feeling on these old Sheffield wedge razors is I really don't like to straighten them out because, first off, it's a lot of work. You have to remove a lot of metal. And I kind of consider these old Sheffields, the heavy grind razors, I kind of consider them to be the Harleys of razors. I mean, they look really cool. They have some great history. They feel good in your hand, and they're badass, you know? I mean, look at these. Look at this razor. This thing is just awesome. But the bottom line is when all is said and done, they're still, in my opinion, not going to shave like the full hollow ground razors, like especially my 1950s Philly. It's just never going to approach that. So my point here is that just enjoy them for what they are. They're really just great pieces of history, and they shave. And I understand that this particular Wade & Butcher shaves fantastic. I'm going to shave it as soon as I'm done with, or hone with it as soon as I'm done with this video. But really, that's it. So as always, if you have any questions, email me. drmatt357@hotmail.com. I appreciate you guys for watching. Have a good night. We'll see you soon. You know, there is one favor I'd like to ask of you, and that is if you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. I put some good stuff out. If you're already subscribed, YouTube has changed their rules. They no longer send out email notifications. So when I post a video, you don't get emails anymore. But there is a way that you can fix it, and here's how you do it. What you need to do is go to one of my videos, any one of the videos, and if you're not subscribed, there's a subscription button here. Just click on the subscribe button and you will be subscribed to the channel. But even if you're already subscribed, what you need to do now is click on the bell, and the bell is going to open this window, and you need to check the box that says send me all notifications for this channel. That way you will then again be notified, or you'll be sent an email every time I post a video on the channel. Click save. And one thing you want to check when you go back here, if you look at the bell now, you'll see the sound bars. That's going to confirm
that you will be receiving notifications from my channel. All right, guys, that's it. Appreciate you watching again. Have a great rest of the day.